Hey guys, Josh from the Sunday Morning Meltdown here. Music Familia Productions is always looking for new sponsors for the shows. For more information, go to musicfamiliaproductions.com. If you have any specific questions or requests, send your emails to musicfamiliaproductions@gmail.com. From all of us here at Music Familia Productions, we thank you for your continued support.
Music Familia Productions, world premiere.
You'll never get the best of me, I'm anti-everything. You'll never get the best of me, I'm anti-everything.
Antman and Siobhan bring you so much, live, local, and raw, every Thursday from AntmanVs Studios. Music, news, interviews, plus so much more, and it starts now.
What's up, Terry? How's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. How you been?
I'm busy.
It's been a long time since we've been able to sit down. I don't even think we've been... Have we ever sat down on the mic before together? The school?
In a past life.
In the past life, man. Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Oh, well, writing music, recording music, releasing music, playing out a lot, family.
Living the dream?
Living the freaking dream.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, how long has it been, man? It's been 8 years? No. Oh, 10? 10? Long time.
It's been we've known each other a long time.
Yeah, dude. Like, I remember.
Back in the days when you used to stalk me.
Right. And we're going to talk a little bit about that during the show. And have an opportunity. And Vagina Boob is in the chat room with us. That would be the man, Stevie Cade.
What's up, Stevie?
Hope all is well with you, my man. First and foremost, Terry, thank you for coming in and hanging out with me, and thank you for doing what you do as an artist and musician, man.
Thanks, man.
But we're talking about your old stuff, but now we're here tonight talking about some new stuff, and you brought it in tonight, man. Yeah. And Written in the Parking Lot. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be talking about this. And we're going to be talking about a little bit of a performance, maybe. Yeah. And you're going to be the first person to do this live on the show. I want you to know. A lot of people have asked me about this, but I didn't want just anybody to do it. So I had to make sure I had somebody that was going to make sure they're going to have as much fun doing it as I am setting it up. Because it's a lot of work to set up something like that.
It's some work to do it, absolutely.
But, so we used to hang out and work together in a recording studio way back in the day. And if it wasn't for you, what a lot of people don't know is there wouldn't have been an Antman. I think, so I owe you a lot, man.
You don't owe me nothing, Ant.
You've been a significant monumental structure or pillar in my life and helped me get directions on a lot of this stuff. But the great thing about it, man, is local music here in Columbus. It never dies, and it might go away. It might get put on a shelf. It might get moved around, but you found a way to make it yours. Yeah. And how? I mean,
a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone tells you this is an easy path in life, it's not. It's constant. I mean, you're your own promoter, you're your own social media person, you're your own flyer creator, you're your own, recording, writing, all that stuff. So, as a solo artist, all that falls on you.
What's the, being in the music? First, I guess, before we get into deep, let's go back and get people caught up, I guess. Right. Maybe we need to do that. Maybe we should. But, so let's talk about how long you've been doing music, first and foremost, man. How long have you been doing music?
Well, a long time.
Right. I mean, but me and you, a long time.
It's one of those things that have come and gone in and out of my life. So when I was younger, from the time I was about 8 or 9, I started playing guitar and picked it up, played for a while, stopped, played again for a long time, stopped. Really started getting back serious with it about 2012 or something like that.
Yeah.
Released my first album in 2014, and then the second one this past August. So it's been one of those things that has always been there. Like you said, sometimes you put it on the shelf and pull it back down.
Yeah.
It's happened a lot with me.
What are some of the biggest things, some of the hurdles? Are they hurdles or are they just decisions? Did you decide, look, I just need to put this down for right now? Like, this is just something I need to put down? Or was it more of a, hey, look, I'm really pissed off with this right now. This is really, like, did you hit writer's block at any point in time? Or was it just a mental decision, hey, I need to break from this?
Well, a lot of it was family and kids and,
Hashtag adulting.
Yes, exactly. And, I finally got to the point where I figured out how to kind of balance some of that stuff. Writer's block, yeah. I had that for probably about a year and a half. And it was hard.
Yeah.
I didn't write anything for probably a year. I tried. It just wouldn't come out.
Right.
And, probably the biggest thing that I did to get over that block was quit drinking.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say that in reverse.
Yeah.
Like,
I
wrote my best stuff when I was shit-faced drunk. And I'm like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you that once I did that, it was like a light switch went on. Mm-hmm. And stuff just started flowing out, and that's where I came up with this EP. And heck, I probably have 20 songs that didn't make that EP that are just out there kind of sitting, waiting to be finished.
So you went from being the person in the recording studio watching all the artists come in with the notebooks to being the artist with all the notebooks.
Yeah, it's a little strange transition.
Yeah, so what's
it's kind
that
of cool
like?
to see both sides.
Yeah.
The studio was great when I had it. It was a lot of work. That was probably more work than I'm doing now as a solo artist.
Yeah.
However, I wouldn't change anything in that period of my life at all, just because, I met a whole bunch of great people, and most of them I'm still friends with today.
Yeah.
And kind of helped me get into the scene, which led to me to start playing out more, and really just kind of paved a way for me to go where I'm going.
Right. So we're hanging out here live tonight. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, man. Columbus Botanical Depot, my man Ryan Woods over at Raw Designs, my YouTube partner, RockyXTV, youtube.com/RockyXTV, and also Photo Nation AP, my man Dave Sheets. I'll give a shout out to you guys as well. And Stevie Cade hanging out with us, Vagina Boob, live in the chat room with us, the boob himself. No, but so Terry, you've had a lot of time in between. I mean, I wouldn't say like in an industry time frame, you've had a lot of time in between the two albums. Mm-hmm. What was the biggest growth for you between the two albums? What was the biggest growth point for you?
Playing a lot of shows that helped open it up for some bigger acts through, at the Alrosa. A couple of those I've done with Mary. And
Miss Mary Kaufman, shout out to Columbus Events Group as well.
Absolutely. Awesome
man, awesome people, man. And they really know how to promote a show.
They do.
Properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's they do it right. So, luckily I was able to get on a couple shows with her, which introduced me to some other folks that, led me down the path to try other things and expand a little bit. And that's really what probably helped me the most. It's probably the biggest difference, just getting out there playing a lot.
So you think that today in 2017 with artists and how the word oversaturated comes out all the time.
Okay.
And I'm always curious. I see a bunch of artists, and I'm friends with hundreds of artists, and I love each and every one of them. But I wonder, with the way the music's changing, are they going to be able to stay on top in a smaller market? A lot of the markets are really small right now, and especially for solo artists. So is it important for them to change up their material frequently? Like, and if so, like, how frequent is it? Like,
that's a tough question. I mean, like, you build up a catalog of songs, and the nice thing is the more that you build, the more you can play to the crowd. For example, I played a show at the Quarter Horse Congress this past week. This old guy came in. and I could just tell that like he wanted to hear old country. So I played him an old country song. So, you know, having those things in your pocket, being able to do those things is great. You know, the nice thing about being solo is that you can change it up like that. You know,
Right.
there's not 5 guys you got to change. So
Speaking of 5 guys, so
I love their burgers.
Yeah, I do. But the wife has a peanut allergy, and so I can't take her there because they use peanut oil, and I can't. I mean, if I got a good insurance policy, maybe, but I'm not trying to do all that yet. But anyway, so you've played in bands and you've played solo. What do you like better?
I like the band dynamic. The hardest thing about a band is keeping a band together. Hardest thing about it is also getting people on the same page.
Yeah.
You know, so that's something that I'm building now, actually, organically. I found a really great drummer that I'm working with. He's actually playing with me tomorrow night for the first time. So we're just going to gig out together and try to find the right bass player that'll fit into the mix, and then run as a 3-piece. And if we find that lead player that wants to join, then they join. If they don't, we just continue doing what we're doing.
It's a great thought process.
You know, I play enough stuff solo to where I can keep myself busy doing that and band stuff.
Right.
So, you know, I'm hoping that within the next year I'm going to have that solid core to build upon.
Right.
You know, I've got some plans for next year. I know we'll talk about them a little bit later, but it involves having that core together, though.
What are some of the social media sites? We're gonna give everybody an opportunity to check you out in between a break. I know you have your website, TerryDouglasMusic.com.
Yes.
Boom. And what else do you have?
Facebook, Terry Douglas Music. Instagram, Terry Douglas Music there as well. Twitter, Terry Douglas Music there. Try to keep it pretty consistent, but really if you go to the website, you can link over to everything. I also have a Reverb Nation page. If you want to guess it, it's Terry Douglas Music.
I would hope so. Right. I love your logo, man. The TD, the silver TD on the website.
That's Mr. Stevie Cade right there.
Is it?
That.
Wow. That's
he
pretty
did a
slick.
great job. I called him up or I messaged him like, hey, I want a logo that'll look good on a sticker, but I want it to be able to get bigger so I can put it on a banner. He's like, okay, cool. So 2 days later, he sends me a design. He's like, what about this? I'm like, what if you put a circle around it? He's like, oh, I love that. 10 minutes later, he comes back with that logo. That's how awesome he was.
So we're going to be hanging out with Terry Douglas tonight all the way till 10 o'clock, man. I got a brand new Douchebag Criminals. We got a couple of things we're going to involve you in tonight, Terry. We're going to do This Day in Music. I'm going to give you an opportunity to pick out a couple dates or your favorite date from a couple other dates. We're going to do Douchebag Criminals. Also, Rachel McAdams, Selma Blair, are talking about James Toback, sexual harassment. It's coming out more and more now that there's more sexual harassment going on. But 2 of these power, heavy-hitting actresses are coming out all of a sudden now. So we're going to talk about that as well. And, you know, CVS makes more than a $66 billion bid for Aetna today.
Wow.
Yeah. So how do you feel about having your insurance owed by a pharmacy?
It scares me a little bit.
So we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. So go to musicfamiliaproductions.com, hit the subscribe button, man. Be part of the action. We're going to be hanging out live. We're going to open up the phone lines. You guys will be able to call in and be part of it. Stevie Cade says, evolution is key to solo musicians. I totally agree.
Absolutely.
Totally agree. Thank you, Stevie Cade, for that gracious chime in. I got something right here for you, Terry, it's called Agatha with a little bit of banjo. And it's from my boys from Controversy for Breakfast. We're going to play this for you here. We'll be right back after this.
secrets to your granddaddy's still.
Hey, this is Brandon.
And this is Barab.
We're 8 Pound Pressure.
And you're listening to AntmanVs.
Woo! From local to national, ZTPMag.com delivers it all. Raw, beautiful, and bold. Go to ZTPMag.com today. Check out info on some of your favorite music, tech, food, and rides.
ZTP Mag has it all. I mean, seriously, where else am I going to get that kind of info? Plus, it's all free at the touch of a finger on all my devices. It's like the people working for the mag understand what their viewers want and the importance of involving them.
You heard the lady.
Get over to ZTPMag.com.
Oh, what's going on, Terry?
Hanging out with you,
I
man.
had to pay some bills there real quick, man, so I apologize
Understandable.
for that. So we're hanging out live, man. MusicFamiliaProductions.com, AntmanVs. And Terry, we go way back, man. I guess we should fill him in a little bit.
Sure.
So it goes way back to... Oh, man. Now I'm dating myself.
Well,
I won't throw ages in there. Like, we were much younger. We
were younger then.
We were younger then.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was working at a radio station, interning at a radio station, it was boring, really, truthfully. I was bored out of my mind. And I was on my way into the morning show one morning, and it was like 4 a.m., and I come in, and the parking lot was empty, parking garage was empty, and I'm from the country, and I've always got a huge eye for trucks, always. And I was walking through the parking garage that, mind you, I had to bust my ass and kiss a bunch of ass to get a key card to be able to park in that garage. But one morning I parked in the garage and I saw your Dodge truck and I saw Columbus Recording Studios on the back of it, and I saw the phone number. Well, I wrote it on my hand. And I got so nervous because I wanted to call and apply for an internship or confront you or talk to whoever the person was that owns the vehicle. Well, I got the idea from one of the morning show guys, was like, oh, you know, it's got to be somebody who works in this building, obviously. Right. I mean, you know, and so figure it out. And it took me a few weeks, like longer than that, more like a couple months maybe, because I couldn't get the timing right, couldn't catch you at the time. And so I ended up walking into what was the classroom or a class at the time. And it was actually students in the class. And I was like, so I went door to door, office to office, building, room to room, number to number, from the top floor to the bottom floor, asking about this vehicle with the license plate number. Yes, I admit.
Stalker.
Very stalker. Very, very stalker. But to long avail, I ended up sitting down with you, talking to you, and you came down to the radio station, and we actually sat in a conference room and talked. And I don't know, from that point on, man, it was like, you know, Thelma and Louise kind of thing. and then, boom, here we are.
Yeah.
So
a little different scenario now.
Absolutely, yeah, right, quite a bit. So what happened, man? Like, what have you been into? I mean, you know, the 2 albums.
Yeah.
You got married.
Yeah. Little girl. Yeah.
And is the wife listening tonight?
I think she's on there somewhere.
Is she? All right. Well, shout out to the wife. Stevie Cade. He says, haha, I remember this. Yeah, you know, the things. And I remember a young Stevie Cade. Like,
I met Stevie at Osheki's.
Wow.
And I met him, I was there for something, and somebody introduced me to him. We started talking. That's how the whole Songwriter Showcase came about, was from that conversation. And, yeah, him and I have been friends ever since as well.
And it was funny that you mentioned the Songwriter Showcase. I actually got a chance to, I was honored and humbled to be able to have an opportunity to sit on one of the showcase panels. Right. So that was a great opportunity, great experience to get that kind of knowledge or feedback from the community and hear and be in front of something so awesome as that. Hopefully he does another one soon. It'd be cool to see. I know he's been doing some big stuff here and around there.
Yeah, he's been toying around with the idea, I think. Stevie, is that right?
I guess
see what
we'll
he has
find
to say
out.
about that. We'll find out.
We'll find out. So, but
if you think about it, think about all the people that we met from that.
Yeah.
You know, Heather.
wow,
Heather Lovejoy. She's out. Yeah, her. Tom Hagley.
Yeah.
You know,
wow.
Stevie.
Yeah. God
you
bless
know,
Tom Hagley, man. I miss him. Like,
Rick Barr.
Yeah.
You know, all
His
all,
lovely wife. She's so cool. She
Yeah.
comes and hangs out. Ah, yeah, man. I'm like, oh boy. Just don't pinch my cheek.
So I mean, they're like, you know, just all those people that we're all friends with now
Yeah.
are those people that we met through that songwriter showcase.
Yeah. Watching Columbus as a whole, I have seen so many things come and go, and a lot of people talk about niches, talk about cliques, talk about this, talk about that. But when we talk about open mics and we talk about solo artists, I think that's why there's a lot of solo artists, because they don't want to be in that stuff. They just want to come in, play their music, do their thing, and go home.
Right.
What is your take on it? Because you stay very low profile, Terry. I mean, you
do.
might do your post here and there,
Yeah.
but you don't see you quit drinking, so you don't see the 12 a.m. drunk post,
Yeah.
the rant artist
Yeah.
post.
Well, you know, I those things don't get you anywhere. You know, it might get a couple people to comment on a post, but in the back of their mind, I know that I do it. When I see people rant like that, I'm like, oh my God, this guy's an idiot. So,
Right.
you know, so I try not to do that. You know, I don't want, I guess now that, you know, with my kids and stuff,
Yeah.
I don't want something to come back to haunt me 10 years from now. Be like, well, Dad, you were out drinking when, you know, da-da-da-da-da.
Well, yeah.
So, you know, the internet, it's there forever. So.
This is true.
But, you know.
So Stevie says it's going to happen. He says he's just reinventing the concept with Rick Barr currently.
That's awesome.
So that'll be interesting. Hopefully, get to be a part of that. And I'll throw the bosses in the office are going to be really pissed. But I will tell you, Stevie K, the MFP will back you however we can. The bosses are going to be mad, but I'll come. I'll do whatever I need to do. We'll throw down. We'll put it together. Whatever we need to do. But so. What are some of the things, Terry, that you, like, frown upon musicians and artists? I mean, is there anything that you're kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, is there anything that you...
Pet peeves kind of thing?
Yeah.
I guess musicians that don't think they can learn anything ever. Those kind of irritate me a little bit. The know-it-alls.
Yeah.
You know, I know that there's guys out there like, you know, me and Rick and Stevie. We all scrap for everything that we do, and we you know, work hard, promote hard, and really, you know, work our brands for a better word, right? And there's people out there that think that, you know, just showing up is good enough, or that you shouldn't work with a bar owner, or that, you know, it's the bar's responsibility to promote, and I disagree with that.
Man, so I made a post last night.
You called a little bit of a storm last night there.
I lit a damn fire is what I did. I felt like I had good reason. I mean, I feel like from a media standpoint, I don't think I was wrong. I came respectful. I didn't tag anybody. Like, I didn't, you know.
Right.
But and a lot of people who aren't my friend on Facebook, you suck first and foremost because you're not my friend. But secondly, no, I'm just kidding. But seriously though, last night I posted a simple question: can you and should you be held contractually accountable to promote, share, and equally show that you care about the success of shows you're on? Please weigh in. Mm-hmm. 61 comments between last night and this morning, and it's still going on. And you know, you even I think you might have weighed in too. I'll read a couple of these here now. Sure. So now, according to the way I look at it, if you post it on here, then you have no problem if I read your opinion.
I agree.
So here we go. So. One person said, artists should be doing everything they can to promote their own gigs. Contract or no contract, don't be lazy. Respect your promoter by hustling. Another one said, absolutely. Like everything else, it's a two-way street on both sides. Contracts simplify things. My opinion, everyone knows what's expected then.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, do you think, because I mean, I watch social media and I watch what happens, and we talk about this a lot, and it is a problem. The venues or the promoters, whoever has the initial reins on the gig or the horse or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Whoever has initial control, say if you book a show on a Thursday and you're that promoter and nothing's on social media yet, nothing's anywhere, then that person who creates that Facebook event should add whoever they need to add, because you can add people to be as hosts,
right?
And then they should share that event. Instead of that, what's happening is whoever's creating the initial event gets shared, and then whoever creates an event, and then the bands create an event, and then the people create an event. What you're doing is you're pulling it. You're pulling it like this instead of keeping them here. You're going like this, and you're just spreading that thin line even further.
And then it gets spammy too.
And then it gets spammed. Yeah. And then you get people like venue owners who want to spend thousands of dollars a week on Facebook because they think that they're reaching those people.
Right.
I would love to sit down, and it's none of my business. I'm not trying to be any way when I say it, but I would love for these venue owners, these bar owners, to open up their books to some of us musicians so that we could see, like, is this thousands of dollars that you're really spending on Facebook really benefiting you? Because I almost bet that $1,000 or that $1,600 you spend for that radio gig for that station to come hang out at your bar one night, you're not making that $1,600 back in that night.
Probably not. No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just... What do you think venues could do better as a musician or an artist who plays in the venues?
Boy, I'll tell you, I work with venues that are awesome with promoting.
Yeah.
And I've also worked with some venues that probably could use a little bit of help.
Yeah.
What kind of irritates me as an artist is, I try to create flyers and get them to the bars, and when I drop off a flyer 2 weeks before the show and I go in the day of the show and they're not up, or sometimes you walk in and they're just putting them up. Mm-hmm. What are you even bothering for now?
Right.
Or, there's a lot of places where the bartender's there. I have good relationships with the bartenders, so they know that I'm coming. They're sharing it out. They'll do a small clip of a live video while I'm playing to get people out there. And we have very successful shows.
Yeah.
The ones that are tough are the ones that don't spend enough time doing their share of the promotions.
Right.
Now, there's artists that do the same thing, that feel like, hey, I'm showing up, you're paying me to be here and play music. That's all I got to do.
Right.
That's not all you have to do.
No.
I don't know about any other musician, but it sucks playing to like 6 people in a bar.
Yeah.
Am I going to give a great show? Yeah, that's what I do.
Oh,
I'm
hell yeah. That's what you're supposed to do. Right. Etiquette.
But it's much more fun when there's 60 people or 100 people in the bar and they're all singing along and having fun. That's the part that makes our job as musicians easier, I think.
What is it? Is there any advice that you would give to some of these new guys? Because there's a lot of. I'm starting to see younger guys.
Yeah.
Coming out, there's a couple of guys that I know that favor the O'Toole's on the west side, that come in. Dom.
Dominic?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's touring around.
Yeah, he's touring. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole thing that I can't make it. I can't. I think it's just a bunch of. I'm sorry, but a bunch of hashtag sorry not sorry, but it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
If you're gonna wake up and be like, I think I'm gonna be a musician today, then give it everything you have.
Yeah. The thing is like you'll see a lot of people that don't show up to gigs or they cancel gigs last minute. I've had to do that twice in my life. Once because I was super sick. and I found somebody else to do it.
I remember that.
Yep.
I remember because you did a legit post like, look, I don't do this. This is not what I do, but I am sick and I need a fill-in.
Yeah, and I had it booked. you
Yeah.
know? And then, the other time was I double booked myself. So what did I end up doing? I played 3 shows in one day. Stevie covered the first half of it, and I went and played the last half of it. It was a long day, and I
Yeah.
was tired at the end of the day, but it was, I honored my commitment.
Right.
So,
I think etiquette, the word etiquette gets thrown around like candy, but I think the idea that, it's kind of like an entrepreneur. If you're going to open a business or start a business, then you have to maintain and you have to be doing something every day.
absolutely.
You can't just, all right, so it's Monday, Tuesday. I figure, I'll wait till Wednesday and then I can get an open mic.
Yeah.
And then they go out on Wednesday and there's not a single open mic list because it's in the middle of August.
Right. Yeah, and they're just doing music.
And they're
on
just
the
doing
patios.
music on the patios, right?
Yeah.
So, what is the biggest thing about the new album, Taylor, that when people listen to it, you want them to walk away from?
Well, these songs are probably the most fun songs that I've probably done. I actually worked with a studio in Atlanta to help create the music. And it was kind of cool because I would send them I sent them a video of one of the songs, me playing it on guitar. And it said, hey, I want it in the style of this song. And these are the instruments that I wanted in it. And when he came back with it, I was blown away. I was like, wow, this is great. So that working a little bit differently was cool. These cats from Tune Designers, they were Nashville musicians. And they actually moved to Atlanta and started the studio, and that's all they do is help songwriters create a fully produced song.
Wow.
And it's pretty sweet.
Huh. So, you mentioned writer's block earlier.
I did.
You said you were on it for a little bit of a time there.
Yeah, year and a half.
A year and a half. What is that like?
It sucks.
So that you can give an idea to somebody who's never been in your shoes.
Imagine you as a radio personality going up to the mic and not having any words to say.
Oh.
That's what writer's
and the
block
red
is
lights
like.
on, and you're just like,
you're just like, So that's what it's like.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of stuff that I started in that time, and I go back, I look at it, I'm like, oh, this is garbage. And there's not one thing from that time frame that ended up on that album. Everything that I wrote on that album, with the exception of the second track there, the Hot Mess Express, everything on that album was written within the last 8 months. Yeah.
So let's just throw that out there for perspective. So people who write a song in a couple days or whatever, or in a couple weeks. I know artists who take weeks for one song.
Yeah.
Literally, if you were to break it down, you did probably a song and a half a month.
Well, that's
Maybe.
just the ones that made it. Yeah.
Right.
Like I said, I wrote about 20.
Right.
In an 8-month period for this album, and only 6 of them made it.
So what are you gonna do with the other?
I don't know. I think I might, record some acoustic stuff, and they might end up there. It might end up on something future.
Is it something you're gonna like? Are you gonna be on an open mic one night and just pull it out?
Bust
and
one
just
out.
Bust one
Yeah.
out. Like,
yeah. I gave up my open mic career.
Okay.
Yeah, I still visit them and go play them and stuff, but I don't host any now.
Wow.
Yeah, I decided, after when I started working on this album, I decided that, there's much better people suited for it, like the Rick Bars and the Stevie Cades out there.
They do such an awesome job, and I mean, it's a huge undertaking to do something like that. I don't think really a lot of people understand, like, how much work all this stuff.
It's so much work.
Yeah.
I applaud guys that do them multiple nights a week because, I did that for a while. There was a point in time in my life where I was running 3 or 4 open mics a week, and that was probably 3 or 4 too many for me.
Yeah, right.
You know, I mean, it's hard to chase down people and get them to come out and do all that. So I gave that up. And, you know, my summer times stay pretty full because I live out by the lake.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm playing through the week during the summer. Wintertime, it's nice because, you know, I have a couple places that I'll play like once a month during the week. But for the most part, you know, I'm off during the week and I play every other weekend.
Yeah.
So that's,
wow.
you know, I've really kind of scaled back. You know, the first year I was really playing out, I was playing about 250 shows.
Wow.
I've scaled back a lot.
Yeah, I'd say. What's the, when you talk about, Stevie Cade, a busy musician should go out as much as they can to support, but remember, they also need time to learn, write, promote, design, book, etc. It can be difficult.
That's true. Yep.
You know, and with that, you know, I totally agree with what Stevie Cade's saying, and that's why I went ahead and myself and the team over at musicfamiliaproductions.com created the website, you know, to be able to aid and assist in that. The biggest thing that we've ran into with it is trying to figure out a happy medium for the people because they're hardworking people.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, the company wants me to put a certain number on it, and I don't want to put that certain number on it.
Right.
So that's where we're at. We're in a huge crossroads, and so I feel like I'm I don't know. I feel like I'm the middleman, like between, like a cross between George and the Giant Peach, and maybe Mike Tyson's manager, Spike Lee. So you know, so maybe I might be somewhere like, you know, trying to figure out what we need to do with a number. And I know the music connection itself is independent solely from the website. That's what we're already talked about.
Right.
They've launched a social media platform for the website.
Which I saw tonight.
Which you saw tonight,
cool.
Yeah. And I've been unveiling it a little bit by little bit. I haven't got the okay to totally give it the woohoo yet. So
Right.
I haven't been doing that. I just kind of been doing little things here and there. But, you know, my man Josh Dillard's in the room.
How's it going, Josh?
And that's our morning show guy. He's been taking some time off. No, he's been working. He's worked the last couple weekends, and then he had a family wedding the last weekend, so we missed the morning show. So he's on probation, according to Siobhan. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. So Josh, you need to talk to Siobhan. So anyway. Shout out to my sponsors, Columbus Botanical Depot, Raw Designs, my man Ryan Woods, RockyXTV, youtube.com/RockyXTV. And I want to let you guys know, man, Big Smo, Mike Bama, Jay Luke, Big Poe, and Rich Regal with Six Gun Justice and DJ Cyrus Neutron are going to be at the Alrosa Villa on December 9th. Doors are at 6 p.m. Tickets are $17 in advance and $20 the day of show. There's a $3 surcharge for anyone under 21. Tickets are on sale at ticketfly.com, 5055 Sinclair Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43229. Make sure you guys get over there and check it out. It's going to be a huge show. Hick Hop. This thing called Hick Hop. Crazy.
Yeah, my buddy Rich is on there. He is a hard-working mofo
Rich
right there.
is crazy. My man Rich Regal. I love Rich. He's a crazy cat.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna let Rich do a tattoo?
I don't have any tattoos.
I know you don't. Are you gonna? You should let him do the album cover.
I thought about it. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out. It's permanent, man. It's something I got to live with.
But if your album sells like 100, whatever, 500 or 1,000, like you gotta do something for your fans. Because you know one of those fans is gonna go out and buy 500 of your albums just to watch you get a tattoo.
By 500 albums, I can afford a tattoo at that point.
Right, exactly. So, but where can they pick up your album, Terry?
Well, you can't really get too far without tripping over it. It's through the website's probably the easiest way.
Mm-hmm.
It's $10, $1 or $2 for shipping, and then I send it right to you next day.
Wow.
Other places, if you're more of a digital person, Google Play, Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, all the big sites. Stevie says I should get a tattoo that says Stevie was here. You're getting a little weird there, buddy.
Vagina boob.
Yeah. Boundaries, Stevie, boundaries.
We're going to have to talk about this whole... I have a feeling there's going to be people that are going to message me about this whole vagina boob thing. And I remember when it started. This was years ago. Yeah.
It might be coming back, I think.
It might... We're going to have to make sure it's live on the show. I'm going to have it here live to have it happen. So we have a couple of your songs.
Yeah.
And you're going to be performing one of them tonight for us. So I would imagine you probably don't want to play that one.
I'll tell you what, you play what you want and I'll work around it.
Nah, sounds good. All right, so I have this song here called I Walk My Line. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I can. One of the reasons why I quit drinking is I got in some trouble. And this song was a direct result of me getting in trouble.
Trouble? No.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, man. So we're going to get into this right here. Terry Douglas. For more of Terry Douglas, check him out, terrydouglasmusic.com. And Reverb Nation, you're like top
2.
I was going to say, yeah, you just...
I was 1 for a while.
Who bumped you? Do you know who?
Mitch Kirkpatrick, I think, bumped me.
Have you met him?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Not yet. In the works.
Yeah.
In the works. All right, cool. So I Walk My Line right here, Terry Douglas. Brand new stuff.
I was sitting here drinking at the bar on a Saturday night. These 3 young fellas come waltzing in, looking to start a fight. Bartender looks at me, I look back at her and says, I won't waste their time. You sit 'em up and I'll knock 'em down. I walk my own damn line. I walk my line. Next thing I know, I'm in that parking lot, jamming in the game. Gravel's flying, my pistons are popping, and there's dust in the mirror. Old Smokey behind me with the red, white, and blue asked me to step outside. I oblige and say, officer, I walk my own damn line. County jail, just killing time. 4 walls surrounded me. Now I've walked my own damn line. I walk my line. Just killing time. Heel to toe, finger to nose, it's an uphill climb. I walk my own
friends. I wanna always make amends. I wanna live like that. I wanna laugh right out loud. I wanna make my mama proud. I wanna have the strength to cry. I wanna always wonder why. I wanna live like that. I wanna love that way. I don't wanna
What's going on, Terry? How's it going, man?
Hanging out, man. Enjoying life.
Having fun?
Absolutely.
So, what do you think of the radio show so far?
I like it, man. You did a nice job
A
here.
little different, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, CVS, I don't know how I feel about this. And I saw this today, and I thought I would share it with you, man, because, you know, we both come from health issues.
Sure.
We have families that have health issues, and, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering what's going on with our state of everything. And the U.S. pharmacy operator, CVS Health Corp., has made an offer to acquire number 3 U.S. health insurer, Aetna, Inc., for more than $200 per share, or in English, $66 billion. A person familiar with the matter said on Thursday that the deal would merge one of the nation's largest pharmaceutical benefit managers and pharmaceutical operators with one of the oldest health insurers whose far-reaching business ranges from employer health care to government plans nationwide. Aetna also shares rose more than 11%, or, again, in English, break it down for you, $18.48 to $178.60, while CVS shares fell 3%. It looks like healthcare consolidation has been a popular route for insurers and pharmacies under pressure from the government and large corporations to lower soaring costs, but both have been turned down by antitrust regulators in the past year. You know, I think what's going to end up happening, man, is the money is going to, I mean, we're already talking about like $1 billion. I don't know anybody that's ever laid in a pile of $1 billion or even $1 million.
Or even seen $1 billion.
Or even, yeah, you know, and you're talking about like quinteen billion, whatever. Like, that's what we owe now.
Dude, did we even print that much money?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't even understand. So, last week, number 2 insurer Anthem, Inc. Announced plans to manage its own pharmacy benefits with the help of CVS. I don't know how I feel about that. And the move that would give a setup similar to United Healthcare Group, or United Health Group, Inc., and its Optum unit, insurers want more control over the pharmaceutical component of care as they implement pricing schemes with doctors and hospitals that are based upon health outcomes, not just procedures. So, I mean, I think, you know, instead of getting a bill for just a procedure, just give me a bill for all of it. Don't break it down. You know, itemize the crap out of it all.
It's so expensive. All
it
of
is.
It is. It's crazy.
I remember, like, my grandparents were alive. They were like, oh, you know, you fell down, you cut yourself. You better walk that shit off,
Rub
boy.
some dirt in it.
Yeah, just let it bleed. It'll clean itself out. It's fine. So I wanted to share that story with you, Terry, and see what your take on that. As a musician and a father and a husband and all that, and trying to make a living being a musician, to hear that now you're meds and all that stuff.
Well, fortunately, I'm pretty healthy, so,
all right,
so
yeah.
that's good.
We need to start a healthcare program for musicians and artists.
It'd be really expensive, I bet.
Because
like I think like this whole healthcare in general, I feel like is such a scam.
Yeah.
You know, you can't tell me that it costs $200,000 to replace a hip, you know, or whatever. You know, the hip is like 49 cents. And the other, you know, 249
times the $18.50 an hour that the one dude who was in like Antarctica in a factory who made it.
Right.
You know, I mean, and then the shipping cost, like, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, you know, that's I just think all that stuff is bloated, and I think that if you know, this is just my opinion, but I think that if a healthcare company and a pharmaceutical distributor, being CVS, merge, that cannot be good.
You're right.
It cannot be good because they can set prices, and then those prices will carry over to the other 2 or 3 health insurance conglomerates that'll be cropping up here pretty soon.
Might as well just buy a lottery ticket and hope for the best. Stevie Cade says there is a union for musicians.
Yes, there is.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
They actually, if you join that union, you can buy onto their health care and retirement plans and stuff like that as well.
I bet you it's an arm and a leg, though. It's definitely probably not like Aflac.
I have not looked into it too much.
It makes me want to look into it. Curious. Speaking of looking into it, how about this day in music, Terry? Why don't you?
All right.
What's your favorite year?
Oh, let's go with 2000.
2000.
Yeah.
All right. So this day in music in 2000, Elvis Presley came top of the list of the highest earned dead celebrities, and Forbes.com listed the top 5 dead music earners. Number 1 was Elvis Presley at 40 million. Number 2 was John Lennon at 21 million. George Harrison at 3 million. Bob Marley at 7 million. And George and Ira Gershwin at 6 million to top out number 5.
Wow.
So
it's a pretty prominent list there.
You know, to be able to make money and be dead.
Elvis probably made more money in that year dead than he did most of the time he was alive.
That's, you know what, a lot of people, and I'm almost willing to say Michael Jackson too, probably.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, there's got to be, there's something about when an artist dies, oh my God, I gotta buy all this shit. Like,
right.
I gotta get everything. I need the glove. I remember the jumpsuit. I gotta have it. You know, what is something that, you know, as a musician, as an artist, Terry, when you finally, if ever, probably by force, I would imagine, but to hang up the guitar strings, what would you want to have accomplished before you hang it up?
I just want to write a bunch of great songs and have people hear them, you know, and that's, you can write a bunch of great songs and there's a lot of people that do that never get heard. And, you know, it's comes down to luck and money are the two things that get songs heard anymore. You know, I always tell people, you know, what if I make it in the music? I've made it, you know, I'm playing music for a living and, you know, I'm able to, you know, go into a place and make new friends every night. So I've technically made it, you know.
Yeah.
My loft goal would be, I would love to be able to have the ability to do it full time.
Right.
You know, and make a living to where I could support my family and not eat ramen noodles every day.
I think that's something that we all aspire to. I really think.
Yeah.
What has it been like for you putting this new album together, Terry, working with everybody and trying to mastermind this and balance being a husband and a new father?
This one was really easy. It was a lot easier than the first one.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, working with the people that I worked with to do the music, like, they were just so receptive to what I wanted, and they were in tune with what I wanted. So, you know, I could send them just the basic information and a song structure and the key and a video or a clip of what I have. And they came back with just some beautiful music to go with the words that I've written. And it was great because, like, I remember I took off of work early one Friday because I needed to do the lyrics.
Yeah.
Or I needed to do the vocals. So I went into my little bedroom recording studio.
I love bedroom studios, man.
Oh, they're great.
They're great.
It's funny because, like, you know, when we had the studio, we had all this stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't need that anymore.
We had foam for days.
I don't need it anymore. I still have that in my garage in a garbage bag.
Oh, man. So, I might get some from you.
All right, I might hook you up with it. All right. So, but, so, you know, the process was really easy. You know, I would send them the rough draft of the song. They would do what I wanted to it. If I didn't like it, I'd tell them what I wanted to add or take away. And, yep, Larry, ramen noodles.
The chicken flavored ones.
Yeah, because those beef ones are horrible.
They're not good for the colon, I read too.
But, yeah, so I sent them, so I took off of work early, and I'm like, all right, I got to get these vocals done. So I go in and I cut the vocals, and I was tired. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take a nap. So I sent them to the guy and through Dropbox, and he's like, all right, I'll probably have these on Monday. So I took a nap. I was asleep for like an hour and a half. I woke up, look at my email. It's like, here, your tracks are done. I'm like, there's no way. I listened to him, like, holy crap. Now, there was one track where I made a mistake when I sent it to him. And I'm like, hey, I think I screwed this up. Let me send you a corrected one. So I did, and he had that one back to me same day. So once I got the vocals to him, it was mixed, mastered, back to me within 3 hours.
My garage too, Terry, Stevie Kate says.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to come get that.
You know what?
I forgot about that. I have so much stuff in Stevie's garage. Because Stevie's house, when I moved to the lake, that's the house that I rented.
I heard, yeah, you moved up to Buckeye Lake.
Yeah.
And then you were in the bachelor pad for a minute, and then you met the lady of your life, who's now your wife, and the baby and all that. And now Stevie Cade is in the bachelor pad, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so Stevie is like, you know, he needed a place to go, and I'm like, hey, I happen to have a place to go.
Well, it's got good luck there. He might, you know, I mean.
You know what the funny thing is? I never slept there. I rented a house, and I never slept there.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
No, it wasn't a bad thing. I would literally, I would go and, you know, where we live now.
It's nice to have that. Like, oh, you know what? I don't necessarily have to crash here, but.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was paying for, well.
I think that's the only shitty part about it.
Yeah, you got to pay for it.
You got to pay for it. Yeah.
But, you know, it worked out all well in the end. My good friend got up to the lake, so, you know.
It's beautiful up there.
Yeah, and I wish that I could get over and he could get out, but him and I are both so busy. You know, it's funny, like, we live probably 12 minutes away from each other, and we hardly see each other because we're both so busy.
Yeah, Stevie Cade's, we're supposed to have a couple of meetings, like 2 weeks in a row, or for like a month. We tried to get together, and we just could not nail it down. So I totally understand.
Yeah, it's the curse of being a busy person, I guess.
It is. So we're hanging out live tonight. It's after 9 o'clock. I'm going to open up the phone lines for you guys, man. If you guys want to call in, you guys can have an opportunity to ask Terry whatever question you want, aside from vagina boob. 916-6372. Brain fart there. Too much in my head. I had a mental impression of a vagina boob and what that would really entail. Stevie Cade's in my head. 614-916-6372. Go ahead, call into the show, boys and girls. Don't be scared. Halloween's coming up, Terry.
Yeah.
You taking the kids trick-or-treating?
Yeah, we're doing something Saturday, I think.
Saturday. Halloween is not Halloween anymore.
No.
It's not. I remember when porch lights were still on. I remember when the bowls of candy, take one and you took 5.
Right.
No. Now, like, trick-or-treat is like on a Friday and Halloween's like on a Sunday or a Monday now.
Yeah. Well, they're doing trick-or-treat in Millersport, like the town right near where we live, tonight.
Oh,
and
wow.
I drove through it to get here, and there was so many kids out. It was like the good old days.
Oh, wow.
It was beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, this is Ohio weather, so it's not too cold. At least it's not raining.
Right.
You know, I think every year that I've lived in Ohio, it's rained or sleeted or snowed on Halloween, so who knows. So you're going to perform for us live tonight.
Yeah.
Probably to close out the show. I'll probably give you, like, what's a normal set for you when you perform?
About 45 minutes.
45 minutes? Wow.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't think you need 45.
Yeah. I'll do a couple songs for you.
All right, cool. So we're also gonna do a brand new thing called Douchebag Criminals, and that's where we find 3 stupid, air-wasting criminals and run them under the ground. And typically they're Ohioans because we have a lot of stupid people here.
You know, I've noticed it's Ohio or Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 2 places that I've always noticed.
I think it's
Is it because the Ohio people moved to Florida?
I think so. I think that's what happens. I think everybody, like, you know, jumps in a car and says, "We're gonna move to Florida." I'm like, hey, I sound like Boomhauer almost right there. So, what is your take on all this harassment stuff going on, Terry? What do you like? You're a respectable guy, man, and what do you think about all this crazy stuff, all these ladies popping up out of the woodwork with these harassment issues and all that?
The Hollyweird stuff?
Yeah, Hollyweird stuff.
I think it's been there for a long time. I think that it's finally coming out because people feel safe enough maybe to do it.
I think it may be because it's 2017 and this is the offended year. And this is when everybody's like, I have a problem. Like, I mean, I recognize and understand that it's been a long time thing, but it's everywhere. Yeah. And truthfully, it's not gonna, just because you stopped and put some light on it for these 5 people, these 5 Hollywood people, when 19 other men are probably doing it right now while we're sitting here.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, so, and
yeah,
I
think some of them do it for attention,
right?
You know, and I think that they have a legitimate complaint.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, oh, wait a minute.
I waited 20 years to come out and talk about that.
I'm gonna, you know, it's hot now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just come out and tell what happened to me now, so I can get a little bit of press.
Right. Now, how many? What would be interesting to see is how many of these people that are coming out have new works or new work in the works or new projects or whatever that are on the way to coming out in 2018.
And will they?
And will they? Right.
Yeah.
That was something that I thought about. But one thing I was shocked to find this out today. Tyrese, the Fast and Furious star, his ex claims that he's spying on her and that she fears him at times. 4:30 this afternoon, this came out that a cross-examination, Tyrese's lawyer suggested that Norma was dating a drug addict, which is why Tyrese had a private investigator follow her years ago. She denied any of that, of course, but we're told that Tyrese began sobbing in a courtroom when he found out Norma wants to take his daughter, Israel, away for 3 to 4 days to meet Norma's grandma. So this is playing out on social media right now, and
it shouldn't be.
It should never be played out on social media. I feel like the hardest thing to do when you're a musician, an artist, a media entity like myself, you have to draw. There's a line you have to draw between personal and professional. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people cross the lines because it's easier. I don't want to say this the wrong way to offend anybody, but I feel like some people capitalize off of their negativity.
Yeah, I can see that.
In a way.
Yeah.
You know, so he's a star, and she's got to figure out how to break a star down. How do you break a star down? Make a bunch of opposing accusations about said star.
Right.
You know, and so she's in court trying to get a permanent restraining order against Tyrese to keep him away from her and their 10-year-old daughter, Shyla. Norma took the stand Thursday and claimed that Tyrese has been harassing her since 2014 after their custody evaluation by having someone tail her and her friends. When Norma was asked if she's afraid of her ex, she responded, at times. She also brought up a 2007 incident where Tyrese allegedly punched her while she was pregnant, claiming 3 of Tyrese's people met with her afterward and got her to sign an agreement not to talk about it. And she says she did it because she didn't want to ruin his career at the time. Tyrese tells us that it's all BS and the restraining order is sour grapes from his getting remarried. He claims he hasn't seen his daughter in over 60 days and just wants to resolve the issue quickly and get back to business. Norma has a temporary restraining order against Tyrese already, which she filed for by claiming abuse to their daughter. Norma claimed that he went into a rage, pushed Shyla into the ground, and grabbed her hands with one arm and beat her with the other between 12 and 16 times. So they're looking into this, but obviously there's no witnesses to talk about the abuse. There's anything there. It's his word against hers. I don't know. In the state of Ohio and even the state of Michigan, I find that the moms make out quite a bit better, even better than the dads do, and you could be a star trooper of a dad. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
But so we're hanging out live here. It's 12 after 9, and Stevie Cade says, "Ha, Vagina Lube, and Ohio, Florida, and Texas."
Yeah, I think he nailed it there.
I think he nailed it. I think so. So if you guys want to call in, man, feel free. I'm going to put it up there, 614. Well, let me do that. 614-916-6372. You guys can call in the show, be part of it. And we got Douchebag Criminals coming up in a little bit. Terry, we're going to get into one of your new songs here. Cool. And this song, Ties That Bind.
Yeah.
What's up with this?
It's kind of one of those looking back kind of nostalgic songs that this is one of the two songs that they had the track already prepared. And when I heard it, I wrote this song in like 10 minutes.
What do you like better? Do you like having it? That's got to be quite an experience, Terry, to send your stuff off to somebody you don't even know.
Yeah.
Let them do whatever they do, that the demons that be do, and send it back.
Yep.
And then your ear holes are like, ah.
Yeah. It was an amazing feeling. Like, it was expensive, given, well, depending on how you look at it. It was either really expensive or it was a bargain because you'd have to pay musicians to go in and do that and direct them and tell them what you want and hope they get it right. These guys just nailed it, so it was totally worth it from that aspect. So,
what's easier, writing to something that somebody's already thrown together, because then it's not your mind in it, you're just writing, you're just doing, or the whole process on your own, you?
I enjoy sitting down with a guitar, coming up with a couple chords, and kind of going from there. That's what I enjoy. I can write either way. One of the things I'm getting really into now is co-writing. So that forces you to be more open to everybody's ideas, which is great. So,
is it a challenge for you to be able to get? I mean, I've never had. The hardest thing for me when I was working in a recording studio was to get it from my mind, like from here to there, and it be the same. Mm-hmm. If you can understand, and a lot of musicians, a lot of artists are like, I get that, I totally understand. That, but other people are like, like over their head. Yeah. So I feel like you have to be in it to know it. Yeah. But I mean, is it frustrating at all to see other people do it a half-assed way and make it 6 inches further?
I'm not in a race. I'll just put it out there like this, Ant. I know I'm not going to be the next guy they play on the radio. Right. And I don't want to be. And I think I've told you that from day one.
We've talked about that for a long time,
And if I can go out and build a fan base and have them come to shows, and keep expanding that circle, make it, a little bit further out, then eventually you're going to get to a point where, this is something you could do full time.
Yeah.
And whether that be solo, whether that be, with a band, however it is, it works both ways. So, going back to the thing, I've already made it. So
it's the ties that bind, right?
Yeah. So there it is.
There it is, right?
We got there eventually, the long way around.
No. I just I wanted to kind of understand a little bit, behind the concept, behind the idea. I think it's important. Stevie Cade said, "I'm not in a race. Most humble response from a local artist." I think he took the easy way, Stevie. I don't know. It was definitely a good answer. I don't know. Compared to some of the posts I see after midnight from some of the other local musicians and definitely some of the more humble stuff I see. So we're going to get into this right here. Ties That Bind. Brand new stuff. TerryDouglasMusic.com is where you can check them out. And also Reverb Nation, number 2 Reverb Nation. Yep. And we're going to be having some new... Uh-oh.
Got a caller?
We do. Good evening. You are on Antman vs. Live with Terry Douglas.
Hey, Terry. Good to hear you. Good man. Inspiration. What I got a question for you. When you go out on stage...
I lost him.
Just want to know how you, man.
Losing you.
Terry, I just want to know how you manage, cope, and deal with all the empty seats. That's one of the big issues with people is when they see empty seats and there's an emotional connection. And I just want to know how you cope and deal with that.
Well, you know, as a solo artist, there's some nights where you're playing just to a few people. And anybody that's seen me play could probably testify to this, is that I'll give you the same energy and the same passion when I play and sing with 2 people in the bar versus 200. I know music is a therapy for me. So, you know, when I go out there, you know, it's awesome to have people in the seats, but realistically, you go up there, you play, and that's my time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm interacting with you, I'm talking to you, but really it's my church almost. So, you know, I'll give the same show. I'll give you an example. Chorus Congress, I played Tuesday night. There was like 6 people in the bar. All right. And it was cold. It's like a tented outdoor venue. And we just played. We just did it, and it was fun. So.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Right on. Thanks, Terry.
Hey, you're welcome.
Keep playing. Keep playing. Awesome.
Thanks, Larry. That was Larry calling in to be part of the action, man. Thank you so much for calling in, Larry. It's always good to hear from you. Stevie Cade says, for empty seats, you pretend you are playing for a full room.
Absolutely.
Yep. You know,
Stevie and I have a lot of things that we agree upon when it comes to that stuff.
One of the things I think, you know, is important is just that. You know, if you play to a bar or a venue, anything, and there's only 5 people, hell, there's probably only 1 or 2, let's be real. In a winter time on an open mic in Columbus, Ohio, probably 1 or 2, maybe 5. And you probably recognize or know them.
And 3 of them are musicians.
Right, and 3 of them are musicians, right, including the bartender. And you know, I think what's a lot of people don't give artists and musicians credit for is the fact that they do show up no matter what. Rain, sleet, air, nothing. You know, they show up sick. Mm-hmm. If they can't sing, then you're getting the best acoustic thing you've ever heard. You know, if you know, their mothers, their fathers, their children, they're everything and everyone that we all hope and aspire to be at one point or another. You know, and this thing we call music industry. Mm-hmm. And I think one great thing about it is that everybody's able to hang it up on the door, come in, have a great time. The musicians, everybody leaves it on the stage when they walk off and say, you know what, I played the best damn show I possibly could. Mm-hmm. I've seen artists that come off the stage, though, and are, like, very upset and mad. And I've even seen artists lash out at their fans for not coming to their event. Or like, oh, you didn't come to my event last week. You didn't. Like, you don't really see too many other artists, like solo artists. You don't see too many solo artists doing that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, we are kind of conditioned to do that. You know, I mean, it's like, first of all, you're a solo artist. There's only so many ways you can hold a guitar. You can sit, you can stand. You know, it's you're right here, you're on the mic the whole time. Mm-hmm. It's not like a band where you have a singer that's running around doing whatever. So, you know that you're going to gain some and lose some throughout the night. You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, the thing is, and just about anybody that plays as a solo artist, the thing is when you come off the stage and you're going, you know, walking towards the bar or something, there's always somebody there to say, oh my gosh, that was awesome. Mm-hmm. Or I really liked it when you did this or whatever. So, you know, it's, you know, like Stevie says, you pretend you're playing to a full room every night. You know, I try to do stuff when I don't have as many people in the room. I try to do stuff more intimate and kind of, you know, stuff that I may not normally play if the bar was full.
Yeah.
When the bar's full, they want to hear fun partying songs, you know.
Free bird. There's always that one.
I got 2 of them right here.
Yeah.
So, you know, so when it's like that, I'll say, hey, this is my current favorite song. And I'll go ahead and I'll play that song for them. Or hey,
Man, Wagon Wheel for a while.
Have
I
you ever been to Nashville?
Yeah.
How many times did you hear Wagon Wheel in a day?
Like 9.
Yeah.
Before I even left the city.
Yeah.
Before I even.
Oh yeah.
It was bad. And like I admit when I first heard you play it, I kind of was like, my shoulders went up. I was like, I think he's playing. Yep, he is.
I am.
He is. And I remember you saying it. You said it at a show because somebody wanted. There was one show you were at. It was one of your shows. Somebody wanted you to do it. It was like the 4th time.
Yep.
Like they were. Oh man! And the look on your face was just like professionally like, oh God, just.
Or he just yeah.
But I mean, I think that's one thing.
But you know what?
Stevie Kane, I will never play Wagon Wheel. Never will. Never have. Never will.
Hey Stevie, I'll drop $100 in your tip bucket if you play Wagon Wheel.
Oh man, no, because I'll be there for Facebook Live to be like, I told you. No.
But I think that's what I said. I said, "Oh, sure, I'll play it one more time if you put some money in the
yeah,
bucket."
You
and
said
then they pass the money or the bucket around,
yeah.
and then come back with like $50 in it.
Yeah.
So if I'll play. Man, I guess
that
$50
was the bet.
was going
that
right
was the
right
bet.
now.
Yeah, that was the bet. Like if you guys put $50 in my bucket, like I'll play Wagon Wheel one more time. And that dude come up and grabbed your bucket and walked around and got money. Walked back up, put the bucket down right in front of you, and you're like, "Well, I guess I'm playing Wagon Wheel."
I stopped mid-song and did it.
You did, yeah. You stopped right in the middle of the song. Well, like, I mean, the look on your face is like, "Well, shit." I guess I'm playing Wagon Wheel.
Stevie says for $100 you'll try it.
I think for $100, Stevie K would do anything. Not anything. Pretty close. So anyway, we're going to be doing a live performance with us. It's 9:24.
Yep.
I want to give everybody one more time before we close the phone lines down to be able to get to business here. 614-916-6372. You guys can call in, be part of the action one last time. Terry, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight on the show?
Well, I think we've given Stevie his shout out there. Larry, he's freaking awesome. He's helped me out a lot.
You've been working with Larry and the team over there.
I have.
What kind of results have you been seeing from that? I've been dying to ask you.
Well, we did a couple different things with Larry. He really kind of helped get. I've learned so much about search optimization over the past 6 months that
you don't hate us, vagina boob.
So here's the deal. So I had a website. It was okay. It was underperforming. Larry did some tweaks that voodoo that he does.
Yeah.
And then it started picking up traffic. And then I kind of helped him along with it because I revamped the website.
Yeah.
And kind of made it more user-friendly and easier to get to stuff. And then we, did a lot of conversation through Facebook and really kind of just buttoned it up. So I looked at my traffic this morning knowing that I was coming here. I'm averaging about 50 hits a day.
Yeah.
Which 6
for a
months
solo
ago,
artist is big.
Right.
That's a venue.
Is. Yeah, it was.
That's a crowd. It's a fan base.
Yeah. So, and that's a day.
Right.
So I'm on pace this month with the website redesign and what he's done in the background to probably have about 2,500 hits this month.
There you go.
And they're staying.
Yeah.
The average time on my site right now is about 4 minutes, so I know they're listening to a song.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting about 2,000 a day right now,
awesome,
and we are growing every day, and we are looking for new sponsors, new partners. I'm officially allowed to tell everybody today that we are accepting new clients. So if anybody out there, promotional-wise, whatever, any questions, concerns about the Music Connection, we want to get you guys involved. Terry, I think I'm going to try to grandfather you in and get you in to the Music Connection and just get you in there.
I appreciate that, man.
I'm going to talk to Larry and the team. I have a production meeting on Monday. Mondays are the days where we go over all of our hashing out of everything because nobody can get together on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday. So
busy people.
Monday, yeah. So I figure Monday morning, hash it out. It's usually from 7 in the morning until 10 in the morning, and then we're done.
Nice.
We knock out everything for the week. But what big shows? Do you have any shows coming up?
I have a bunch of stuff. I always have something coming up.
I know you do.
Well, tomorrow night, I'm playing out at RP3's in Baltimore, Ohio. It's our second annual Halloween party. Last year was so much fun that they purposely booked me for this year's, which is great. I'll also will be the debut of my drummer coming out. So that'll be fun. Let's just tell you, my costume is very mullet oriented, so it should be great. And then Saturday, I'm playing a new venue in Carroll, Ohio. I'm playing the Fill-In Station. Not filling, fill-in.
Fill-in
Station. It's out there in the country.
Right.
It's filling. And then on Monday, I'm actually going to be with Stevie and Rick over at Strada's Pizza.
Yeah.
For their open mic. I'm their featured artist for that night. So that's the near-term stuff that's coming up here.
I might have to strap the baby on the old chest there. Bring the baby
It's
out.
early. It's 6 to 10.
Yeah,
So.
before her bedtime.
There you go.
Yeah. I got to get out to more shows, Terry, man. Being a new dad, dude, and having all those health problems, man. I was like over 200 plus consecutive days in the hospital. I downloaded one of those step apps where I like to tell you how many footsteps 16,789 footsteps.
You're a short guy. That's
I'm
a lot
a
of
short
steps.
dude. Yeah, and I'm disabled. I wear a leg brace. Like, I don't even use my hoverboard for that. That's all legit. No, but it's a lot of hard work to be a musician and be an artist, to even be in the media, it's something you have to do every day. Yeah. This isn't something that you can just pick up and be like, oh, I just want to pick up when I want. I mean, you can. You're just not going to see the results that you want to see. I doubt very highly that a year ago, if you would have just decided, well, I'm going to put this website together, and then you would have focused, if you were still at the school teaching and balancing what you're doing now as a musician.
There ain't no way.
There ain't no way. Because you were really only doing maybe, would you say, I'd say at least half. At least, of what you were doing before for the first album. But with the second album, you've changed the dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's growth. That's just my growth, I'm in a much different place. I have a great support system now.
Like Stevie Cade, you're one of my biggest inspirations as a person and ever even bigger as a musician. Love your brother, Antman. Love you too, man. Love what you do for others.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. But, I mean, it's just, Mary Kaufman from Columbus Events Group, I had her on the show. Mm-hmm. And she talked about how, it's a fickle beast, the music, and what you have to do. Mm-hmm. And sometimes how you might not be happy, but you have to smile and just grin and bear it and get through it. What advice do you have to some of the open micers, some of the people that are scared, terrified? Because I know there are artists out there that are like, I call them closet musicians and closet artists. Like, I think if you can play a mean air guitar or a mean air drum, then you should at least give the real thing a try.
Right.
Because I know there's people that can sing a great tune in the shower, but won't do karaoke at all, or won't do anything like that. What advice do you have to break the ice for them?
Get out there and do it. The first time you get out there and do it, you'll be hooked. You'll be scared to death. You might vomit a little bit, but you'll be hooked. There is nothing, and I had to relearn this over the past 8 months. There is nothing like getting up in front of a bunch of people and singing music or singing your music. That was a tough transition for me after I quit drinking.
I can only imagine.
Because, you remember, it'd be like I do a shot before I go up on stage. And then
I usually buy you one. I usually buy one, yeah.
And I remember when I quit, like the first week, I was playing 3 of the bars that I drank the heaviest at in the first week. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God.
It's hard to say no because the venues bring you the bucket. They're like, hey, because they're used to you. Used to.
So that was a learning thing for me, and I had to learn to love it again, but love it sober, and that was cool. So,
is that the biggest piece for you? Like for you, the sobriety piece, was that really like for you? What led to getting the new album and everything else? I mean,
well, I put the date out there. I released it on my wife's birthday because it's the good thing to do, right? Because one of the songs on there is about her.
Yeah.
So I released it on her birthday, but going into July, we had a vacation scheduled. We had a couple other things going on, and I had nothing done. This thing came all together in about a month. Songs were written and stuff like that.
Right.
But like, I think I started my first track with them in late June, and then by the end of July, we had all the tracks just about done.
Wow.
Yeah. Like my last track was done before I had to push the button to get it to Spotify and everything on the date that I wanted it. So I got more done in a month and a half than I did in a year and a half when I was drinking.
I want to play something off your old album. Can I?
Which one?
Well, I was looking here, and Dear Grandma.
Well, I haven't heard that song in a while.
Yeah. I this song, when I first heard it, I lost my grandma around the time that you put this song out.
Uh-huh.
And I remember the first time I heard it, I sat in the front seat of my car and cried. Like, man cried.
That's
hard.
one of the ones that I want to re-record.
Yeah.
For sure.
So we're going to get into this, and then when we get back, we're going to get a live performance from you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, man. Here we go. So this is some old school stuff from Terry right here. Dear Grandma.
Dear Grandma, oh, it sure has been a while. Miss your heart, I miss your smile, so much to tell you. There are stories of my life, about my kids, about my wife, and I wish that you were here tonight to tell you. And the days pass by so very slow, each day without you I feel so cold, and I know that I will see your face again. Each day that passes by to the memory of the time when life didn't seem to be so complicated. Dear Grandma, great-grandkids running wild, and I swear I see you all smiling, everyone. I settled down with a real good wife. We have 4 children, we're doing fine. Every day I see your face in there. And the days pass by so very slow. Each day without you I feel so cold, and I know that I will see your face again. Each day that passes by to the memory, another time when life didn't seem to be so complicated. And I know when it's my time, you'll be waiting. Well, I'll see you again, and I'll have time to fill you in. Let's take it back to a time less complicated. When the days pass by so very slow, each day without you I feel so cold, and I know that I will see your face again. day that passes by, another memory, another time when life didn't seem to be so needed. Dear Grandma, oh, I know it's been a while. Miss your heart, I miss your smile, so much to tell you.
And we're back. What's going on, Terry? How's it going, man?
Good.
So, are you ready to do this, my man?
I'm ready as I'm gonna be.
I'm excited about this. You want to do a sound check here?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Check, check, check one. Checking the mic. Good. Cool.
All right, guys. So, my man Terry here, hanging out live with us, Antman Versus. This is a first. You were the first person to do this acoustic performance here, and I have a feeling that Stevie Cade is going to be calling me as soon as this show's over. Like, hey, you fucker, when can I come in and do this? So, I think this is going to be a new thing for the solo artists. I think what we need to do, I'm going to collaborate with you, Terry, and get with Stevie. We're going to get all the solo artists in Columbus to come into the Antman Versus show.
That'd be fun.
Should I schedule them all out? Book them out. Get
book
everybody out. Yep.
Book them, Dano.
So what do you got for us tonight?
This is going to be the next single. It's actually the title track from Written in the Parking Lot, called Written in the Parking Lot. That was written in the parking lot, for real.
It was really written in the parking lot.
Yeah, it was. I had the last track this is the last song I was waiting on. I couldn't write it. Like, I had the title, and I knew I wanted to write that song because I used that line a lot. All this next song, I wrote it before I got in here tonight. It was written in the parking lot. You know, somebody else's song they sing, right? So I was stuck on it, and my wife actually gave me the second line of the chorus, and that he took off from there. So I have to give her songwriter credit on that.
Oh yeah, right. Absolutely.
So this song's called Written in the Parking Lot.
All right.
There's songs about love and songs about women and songs about right and wrong. Songs about hunting and songs about fishing and songs that keep me up at night. There's songs about finding that devil in the dark, songs of love and loss. But the best ones are written in the parking lot. This song was written in the parking lot, waiting on that gig to start. Songs about love, songs about fear, songs about parties and drinking beer. This song was written in the parking lot. There's songs I remember and never forget, ones that tug at my heart. Old Hank and George and Willie really knew how to light a spark. Old outlaw songs are out there, you just have to hunt them down. 'Cause in the parking lot, that's where they're all found. This song was written in the parking lot, waiting on that gig to start. Songs about love, songs about fear, songs about parties and drinking beer. This song was written in the parking lot. Real country music is out there, Some search high and low, but there's really only one place you have to go. Step outside, breathe in the air, take a good look around. 'Cause in the parking lot is where country music can be found. This song is written in the parking lot, waiting on that gig to start. Songs about love, songs about fear, songs about parties and drinking beer. This song was written in the parking lot. This song was written in the parking lot. In the parking lot for you.
Hell yeah.
Thanks.
So how long did it take you to put that song together, Terry?
It was written quickly.
We talking like minutes?
Probably once I had a couple lines that I worked from, I think I probably wrote this song in maybe 15 minutes.
Wow.
It came to me very quickly. Like I said, like I was stuck. My wife gave me that second line, the chorus, and it was in my head, and I was driving to work, pulled into the parking lot, and it just hit me. And it was crazy how it worked out, because it literally was written in the parking lot at my job. And, yeah, so that's kind of where it came from.
So it's about 9:44. We got
All
about
right.
15 minutes left.
All right.
It's up to you.
All right. Let's see. I can do one more for you.
All right.
Let's do the song I wrote about my wife. She'll appreciate it, I'm sure. So let me tell you the backstory of this. So I wrote this song. This is one of the oldest ones on the album. I think I actually debuted this song on your old radio show at the school.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how long this song's been beating around. So this was the second song that I sent to those guys to do. And I said, okay, I wanted to have like a feel of like Josh Turner, Will You Go With Me?
Yeah.
Like with those instruments. And they're like, okay, we got it. And sent it back. And I was like, holy crap, that's exactly what I wanted. So so the story behind this song, though, is it's kind of like when you realize how happy you are.
Yeah.
You know, you look down that hallway, she's walking down the hall getting ready to go to work, and you know you're going to miss her when she leaves. So this song's called Hot Mess Express. Early in the morning, sun shining down, brushing around, gotta let them old dogs out. Taking on your makeup, laying out your clothes. I don't want you to leave this bedroom, but I know you have to go. As I watch you leaving, there's something I must confess. I love you, my little hot mess express. Hot mess express. Dancing around the kitchen, hot mess express. Hurrying up for being late, hot mess express. Running out the front door, hot mess express. Gas gauges on me again. As I watch you leaving, there's something I must confess. I love you, my little hot mess express. Later in the evening, meeting me for a beer. Place is loud and rowdy,
Gotta get you right out of here to a place less crowded, where the lights are way down low. Looking into those big green eyes, I gotta let you know. As I watch you leaving, there's something I must confess. I love you, my little hot mess express. Early in the morning, late in the evening, oh, I hate to see you go. Just know that I'll be waiting, arms wide open to hold. Hot Mess Express, dancing around the kitchen. Hot Mess Express, hurrying up from being late. Hot Mess Express, running out the front door. Hot Mess Express, gas gauges on E again. As I watch you leaving, there's something I must confess. I love you, my little hot mess express. As I watch you leaving, there's something I must confess. I love you, my little hot mess express. Man, song I wrote for my wife about my wife.
So does she ever, when you're out in the venues or out in the bar, she ever like, are you gonna sing this song for me, honey?
I usually always do, so she doesn't have to ask.
Doesn't have to ask.
Yeah. I usually tell everybody it's about her, and she's still with me. So.
Well, thank you for coming in and hanging out with us, Terry, man. We got about 10 minutes left of the show. And so I am going to throw a couple of commercials on here.
Sure.
And when we come back from here, we will do Douchebag Criminals, and we will talk about a couple of other exciting things going on here at MFP, and we'll get a chance to give everybody to find out where they can get your music. Obviously, cool. TerryDouglasMusic.com.
That's the home. Yeah.
That's the home. So we're going to be talking about it a little bit more. So we'll be right back after this.
Awesome. Cold Cock American Herbal Flavored Whiskey. At Cold Cock, we believe life is about taking your shot. It's about sharing your soul with the people who care to listen, not selling it to whoever will buy it. At Cold Cock, we also believe fine spirits are truly about celebrating the greatest moments in life with true friends. And that's what we strive to put into every bottle of Cold Cock American Herbal Flavored Whiskey. So here's our best wish to whatever you raise your glass for. Take your shot. Cold Cock American Herbal Flavored Whiskey. Must be 21 to drink, and please drink responsibly.
From local to national, ZTPMag.com delivers it all. Raw, beautiful, and bold. Go to ZTPMag.com today. Check out info on some of your favorite music, tech, food, and rides.
ZTP Mag has it all. I mean, seriously, where else am I going to get that kind of info? Plus, it's all free at the touch of a finger on all my devices. It's like the people working for the mag understand what their viewers want and the importance of involving them.
You heard, lady.
Get over to ZTPMag.com.
Oh, Terry. What's going on, buddy?
Not much, man.
It's been awesome here hanging out.
Fun
with you,
time.
man. Yeah. So I'm gonna actually do Douchebag Criminals with you, and it's something that we do towards the end of the show. It's like 7 minutes left of the show, so I figure, we might as well do this here. So, well, an ambulance theft suspect wanted to put on a good show. So, he did the next best thing that you could do to put on a show, and that was steal an ambulance. And, I don't know if I would ever be persuaded to do something like this, but this guy, undergoing treatment in the emergency room, told police he wanted to put on a show when he stole a Sunbury ambulance from the medical center and tried to score oxycodone from a Danville pharmacy. He went through the drive-thru with the ambulance, but forgot to change his scrubs, because they give you the hospital I'm a patient apparel.
Right.
And so he stole the ambulance but didn't change his outfit. So he pulled up to the CVS, it's funny, CVS pharmacy to steal prescriptions, and he didn't get any luck, so he drove around the corner of the CVS, parked the ambulance, got out, and robbed an old lady who was getting her prescriptions through the drive-thru. She parked so close to the tube, the suction tube comes down, right?
Right.
So she parked, and I don't have the video to put up, unfortunately. I wish I could. I'm going to post it to my fan page. But the video shows him running up. He can't get in because she's parked so close because she's short. She's got short woman syndrome.
Right.
So she's parked extra close. So what does he do? He climbs through her passenger window and over her to get her drugs. Like, over the passenger window, through, yeah. That was, yeah.
I'm assuming he got arrested.
He got arrested, yeah, of course, after she beat the snot out of him with her purse.
Good for her.
Right. So, Florida police also bust an armed robber wearing scuba mask. Police in Florida say they arrested an armed robber who attempted to conceal his identity with an unusual disguise. A scuba mask that he stole from one of the scuba diving rentals just down the way from where he went to rob. A Largo Police Department said officers responded about 1:22 a.m. on Tuesday to a Speedway gas station in Largo where a silent alarm had been triggered due to the scuba robbing thief. Yep. He didn't get any money. He didn't get anything out of it other than a good laugh.
And a cool mask.
And a cool mask. The teller at Speedway, when he walked in, just busted out laughing at him. Like, I just started laughing profusely at him, which infuriated him. And the surveillance video shows him hurling Twix candy bars at the Speedway gas station attendant.
Ouch.
It's like, right Twix, left Twix, right Twix. Oh, man. Mother stuffed her own baby into a duffel bag to kidnap newborn from hospital. This is my douchebag criminal of the day, right here. California woman faces child endangerment charges after she allegedly stuffed her newborn into a duffel bag and kidnapped a baby from the hospital.
Wait, it was her baby?
Her own child.
She kidnapped her own baby.
Yep. Police say 35-year-old Stephanie Belden didn't want her newborn baby to be taken away after testing positive for meth during childbirth on August 17th.
Oh, my gosh.
So police met with her 3 hours prior to let her know the child was going to be detained. And basically was like, so you're going to have this baby, but when you have this baby, it's not your baby anymore, it's ours.
Wow.
And you win, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, I guess. I don't know. But so she was on meth, and she tested positive 2 times prior to having the baby. So basically, that's like the quintessential 3 strikes you're out.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it, So 35 years old, tested positive for meth. She didn't want the baby to be taken, so she stuffed him into a duffel bag that she had all her clothes. So she dumped all her clothes out on the bed, stuffed the baby in there. Yeah. She didn't make it very far at all. Thank God. So, she made it to the front doors, obviously, because they toe tagged babies.
Right.
So as soon as she walked out the main doors of her room, the alarms went off. And security caught her, and they heard the baby crying in the duffel bag. She tried to wrap a towel around the baby to sustain the sound.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, some people, man. Some people. So, Terry, thank you, man, for coming and hanging out with us live on Antman Versus. You're going to be at RP3s coming up this weekend.
Yep, Baltimore, Ohio.
Okay. And Stevie Cade, man, I want to give a shout-out to you and everybody who joined in and participated tonight. Larry, thank you for calling in tonight. And everybody that jumped into the YouTube chat room, I appreciate you guys, man. My sponsors, Columbus Botanical Depot, Raw Designs, my man Ryan Woods. You need some graphic design work, hit him up. designsbyraw.com, and that's designs with a Z, not an S. And if you mention AntmanVs, hashtag AntmanVs, you get 10% off of your first purchase.
Nice.
Through CBDHempHealth.com, Columbus Botanical Depot, and your first graphic design work through Ryan Woods. So if you give Ryan Woods a call, 614-425-7901, give him a call. He will save you some serious money on some graphic design work and website work. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to the UK. Our podcast and musicfamiliaproductions.com has broke into the United Kingdom.
Sweet.
We are being heard 5 hours ahead of time in the UK.
In the future?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. And also Sydney, Australia. I love you guys down there in the Down Under, man. You guys download the show like at least once, twice a week, so I appreciate you guys for all that. So you're being heard in Australia right now.
Pretty sweet.
It's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
Also, musicfamiliaproductions.com is looking for new clients. So if you guys are business owners, if you're promoters, if you're musicians, if you're anything, I think we pretty much have something for everybody. I really do. I've worked my ass off, and the team has worked their ass off to get some stuff together. So hopefully you guys are digging that. And we're going to get out the door here. I'm going to hang out with Terry, and I'm sure he's going to get home to the wife and kids. But we're going to hang out a little bit. So thank you, Terry, for coming in and hanging out, man.
Anytime, man.
I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys Sunday for Sunday Morning Meltdown, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. TerryDouglasMusic.com, Reverb Nation.
Yep, Facebook, all the social media.
All of it. So, all right, Terry, man, thank you so much for doing what you do as an artist-musician, dude. I really appreciate you, man. And I will see you guys next week, man, for another rendition of AntmanVs. And I'll see you guys Sunday morning with Josh and Siobhan. Maybe Josh. I don't know. We'll see. Later, guys.
Hey guys, Josh from the Sunday Morning Meltdown here. Music Familia Productions is always looking for new sponsors for the shows. For more information, go to musicfamiliaproductions.com. If you have any specific questions or requests, send your emails to musicfamiliaproductions@gmail.com. From all of us here at Music Familia Productions, we thank you for your continued support.